Why, hello, I'm a written person on the internet who loves caffeine so much that I made a whole branding for my art account. So while you're here, maybe you consider sticking around while I chat and do some art. And today, we are going to be doing some art fight prep. So, currently now, you are seeing some OCs that I have had in the back of my mind for a while. And as of late, I've been planning a story of my own, and with Art Fight coming around the corner, I thought now would be the perfect time to design these characters in my head and add them for my Art Fight. So hopefully you and other artists might take an interest and start maybe doing an attack. I know personally in July I'm going to be very busy this art fight. So first things first, I'm going to go on the basic outline of what it took for me to start designing these OCs. First, I would take sketchbooks and draw little drafts and concept art. And once I was fine with an idea, I would sketch it out. And since this is for Art Fight, I made sure that with each design it was full body and clear to see. However, I did try and make it still very interesting, and I also played around with my style a little bit. Some of these took more time, so you can see a difference with how I've drawn them. You will see the last one was second last one was very rushed. So that is in a very simplified chibi design. But overall I had lots of fun drawing these characters, although I will note, I think with Art Fight I get a little bit stuck with trying to do stylization in an interesting way, especially when, as of now, I've been getting a bit bored. So I'll try and find styles that I want to replicate certain parts, and I wanted to go for more of my chibi art design. However, not with this character that you're seeing right now, but with the next character, you will note that I had some trouble, and off camera I did have to work on it days later to fix the stylization. So while we are still showcasing this character, let's talk about this. So this character is named Samara, or Sam, and as you can probably tell, they like fashion and dressing up. They dress slightly more alternative, and they like funky patterns, and a lot of their clothes and jewelry are DIY'd. For example, see that the gloves, they personally DIY'd. They are best friends with the main character, who you will see next, named Ashley. However, this story is still a little bit early in processing, so I don't have much of her character. However, she is Ashley's best friend, and they get along really well. They both like fashion, and I'll get more into the story when we meet Ashley, who we are seeing right now. Ashley, as I mentioned before, mainly due to stylization, not so much character design, I had some trouble, as you can see, well, you'll see later. And with Ashley being shown now, I think I will showcase this rough story. So one day, Ashley and Samara go thrifting. This is the basic premises. And they both like collectibles, specifically things that remind them of their childhood. So, all toys that they like. They also thrift for clothes and stuff, but they'll check in the kids section to find some toys that remind them of their childhood. And Ashley finds a interactive toy similar to the Tamagotchi and Furby. I don't have a name for this toy yet, but you will see the design later on. And she recognizes it. However, it's slightly off. It looks like a bootleg, and Samara specifically takes note of this. And I'm going to leave that for now. We'll get back to that later on in the video. Ashley, as well as similar to Samara, Ashley does not have a lot of personality at the moment. I've only settled on key things. She likes kawaii fashion. She doesn't dress up straight up Lolita dresses and Harajuku. She likes J fashion a lot, but more so takes inspiration with her own wardrobe. Because so she just finds things at the thrift and starts pulling outfits of stuff from her mood board of inspiration. Also, another thing to know is that you will see jewelry on her design. However, you will note that is on top of a piece of clothing because she hates feeling jewelry on her skin. She doesn't like the feeling of bracelets or necklaces on its own, and even earrings. So she can't wear jewelry unless it's on top of a piece of clothing where she can't feel it. And that's so far all I have of Ashley. I'll show all the designs at the end, so please, I promise you, Ashley's design looks a little bit better, specifically with the face. I just could not get the proportions right, sadly. Next character is one I do not have a name for. Will definitely be named, but this is where the story gets interesting. This character is holding the electronic toy, which also doesn't have a name. However, in the story, Ashley comes home and it's talking. Not talking as in it's talking normally, however, it will stop working properly, and then all of a sudden it's saying dot and slash and dot slash, and Ashley figures out that it is speaking a secret message. And there is a ghost possessing the toy and is using code to communicate. And through this you will also probably find things when I draft the story out fully, a website that's interactive and you can just find all of these secrets. I'm hoping that when I do have this story, it can be an interactive project. So I have a lot of ideas. It's still in the workings. However, I don't make OCs often, so I had to scramble these guys out. So they are all in draft. Next, we have this zombie character. In all honesty, I'm gonna be so honest. I've been seeing lately these really cool zombie OCs, and I felt like I needed another character for Artfight. So I just ended up making this character for fun. They're not connected to the story. I don't think they will be. I just wanted to make a zombie OC with a really cool outfit and a wig. So, and I really like them. They're really cool. I think the personality of this character would most likely be very confident. They know that they are dead and they probably should be hiding in the shadows more. However, in their past life, they were never good at that, so they're still wearing their fun fashion. And obviously, it might be a bit harder to, find clothes, so most of it would also probably be found and done up, as shown with the skirt. So with that, I think we're good with the OCs. However, I would like to discuss more on my plans for Artfight. I don't know how much time. July is going to be a bit busy, especially towards the start. However, I am hoping that I can make at least 6 attacks, and I will try my hardest to revenge anyone. So if you do an attack on one of my OCs, I will try my hardest to destroy your OC too. I am still a little bit new to Artfight. This is my 2nd year. I love the community. Everyone's very nice, and I can't wait for next year. And I also want to try and aim to do at least 1 animated attack. So I think if I could get that done, I would be really happy. Also, I'm just debating whether, because I draw on my laptop through Krita, however I also used to draw on my phone through Artist Paint, so I'm debating whether or not to get more attacks, if I should try and draw also on Artist Paint. So if I'm in the car, I could get some attacks done. But I do notice that I can get higher quality attacks when I am at home. So I think we'll see. However, if you're looking at the little PNG you can see in the background, that was done in the car, so I think if I can get attacks like that, that will be at a quality which I am happy with. But I will at least try and do most of them on Krita. So less is more, most likely. However, again, I will try my hardest, and I'm also very stubborn, so if I say that I will try my hardest, I really will try my hardest to attack revenge everyone who has attacked me. I'll also do friendly fire, so in my description and in the top comment, will be my Artfight account as of now. Most likely when you are watching this, my Artfight account might not be fully set up with all my OCs as it's getting very late as recording this video, but it should be up soon, and you can, I know Samantha and my zombie OC are on there, so yeah. With that, I hope you have a lovely day, and goodbye.